You think about that, Amy? What's your take on that?
Oh God, sorry. I totally tuned out. We have to cut.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is yours truly, opdestroy. That was really bad. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and again, as always, guys, leave a thumbs up on the video. I have two special guests here today. We have first, guys, if ever, like seriously, on one of my videos, we got the Miss Sugar. What's up, Miss Sugar? How you doing?
Hi, OP. Yes. Hi, everyone. It's Sugar.
Woohoo! And we also have the one and only master himself of everything, Shish Kebabber. What's up, dude?
What is up, man? This is going to be a fun video. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, guys, we have an action-packed well, not action-packed, but brain action coming for you. We have special, fresh new ideas that could make Warships spicier. So we have 8 gunboat abilities. That's a category, guys. These are all multi-nodes, by the way, okay? These are multi-nodes in the tech tree. We have general and specific troop boosts, guys, we want to talk about tonight, and also certain defenses that will help bolster our defenses. So again, speaking with the 8th gunboat ability, Miss Sugar and Shishk, I'm thinking, what about a cryo bomb? You know how cool, there's times where you want to destroy mines or you want to just slow down defenses. That would come in pretty clutch, right? I mean, what is the cryo bomb? It's one of those things that go out and things get destroyed, slow down, or mines get popped. So what's your take on that, Amy?
I think it would be great because there's so many situations where you don't have a shock, you're out of GBE, and there's multiple shock points that you need to just, get them shocked, and you can just throw out that cryo bomb and it'll slow them down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, keep in mind that these would be on a multi-node selection, so the cryo bomb would be one choice among probably 2 others. So it would be a very interesting trade-off between, like, don't want to slow stuff down or don't want to speed by stuff up. But bottom line is, when you're in a tougher meta, when it's not really so much base racing and it's more about surviving, cryo bomb would be a good go-to.
Absolutely, guys. And since it's a multi-node, again, we are proposing ideas and fresh stuff to actually include in those multi-nodes, such as the remote hack, guys. If you don't know what the remote hack is, it's one of those special 8 gunboat abilities that allow you to hack any defense of your choosing. So if you want to get rid of that dirty grappler because you don't want bullet grabbed, or a pesky shock launcher or a rocket, you could just throw that hack onto that specific defense, and it will turn on its friends and become lunch meat, literally. So that's a really cool 8th gunboat ability. What do you think about that, Amy? What's your take on that?
Yeah, so the remote hack, so many times there's that flanking rocket launcher, and, well, now you have the remote hack and just hack it and it's gone.
Yeah, that's all there's to it.
Yeah, I mean, and when we bring this on board, obviously you guys are probably thinking it's very overpowered. Yeah, it can be, but to counter, they can balance it out in the tech tree. We can have more proto defenses available, so it becomes like not as overpowered. These things have to all be balanced in the tree, so don't worry about how things compare to what's already in there, but just think about how cool it would be to have these options and these choices in multi-nodes.
Yeah, and in Warships, to say, right? Warships.
And in Warships, absolutely, because we need to bring this to Warships. Like, guys, the whole theme in this video is that we're taking things that already exist in the game, and we're proposing bringing them into Warships.
Another one of the 8th gunboat abilities we were really contemplating was the speed serum, guys. I mean, how nice would it be to, like, maybe you want to bring bullet on an attack, but have the power of brick at your wheel, right, or your hand, so you could use maybe super speed those critters or seekers up to the ERs or whatever, but speed serum's also a favorite of many players, and I think speed serum would be a great opportunity for the team to consider.
Yes, the speed serum. So that can be a really clutch move. Your troops are about to die and you really need to get moving on killing everything, and pop that speed serum, and, well, that may be your clutch move.
And again, this gets down into the current meta that you're in. And if you are in like a base race meta, oh my gosh, speed serum is going to look a lot better than something like a cryo bomb.
Right.
But keep in mind, guys, speed serum, it also gets the defenses around there. So depending on how you use it, use it at your own risk. But I think it would be a really cool option to have.
Yeah, guys, so again, these are really cool ideas we're throwing, brainstorming some of these special 8th gunboat ability multi-nodes. They could kind of sprinkle on in on the tech tree at any given season. So I think that's really cool. I hope the team really considers some of those ideas. The next
one last point.
Yes, go ahead, Shish.
We purposely left out some of the other 8th GBE abilities because we thought they weren't strong enough to really make enough of an impact in the warships. We thought by bringing these in, we would make some really interesting choices for players where they might be tempted to choose to go back and forth a couple times through the season because at one point in the season you need this and then another point in the season you need that.
So we picked out the top ones, guys, that would basically probably be more beneficial to all players. So yeah, thank you for that. Guys, another category we're going to talk about today are the troop boost, general and troop specific boost. Now, you might ask, what are you talking about, bro? We already have troop damage. We already have troop health. We already have building damage, and we have building health for the defense. Yeah, how cool is that already, right? Check this out. What about a multi-node where you get to choose a fixed amount of troop damage, troop health, or building health, or a building damage, building health, troop health, something along those lines? Could you imagine the endless possibilities of having to go back to switch those nodes at a certain given time? I don't know. Amy, what's your take on that?
Oh my God, OP, this is a major game changer and probably our best brainstorming idea ever. So, sometimes when players hit a wall and you're so frustrated, you can't move, well, now you have this statue boost multi-node and you can go and change it up and change your gameplay, and now you can keep climbing.
Yeah, I mean, I think to describe it as a statue is a really good analogy because this basically is like a statue for your warship. Maybe you need troop damage. Maybe you need troop health. Well, now you've got an option to swap that in and out as needed. I think, again, like Amy said, huge game changer, and I think it'd be really cool, and it would make some really interesting decisions as we move through the tech tree.
Yeah, and another little note to mention, guys. I mean, again, like Amy, drawn off of Amy's response, I mean, have you been stuck? You're like, oh, if I just had extra troop damage, I could maybe power myself, and that somebody has maybe troop health or troop building damage. It could maybe punch you out of that tight spot where you're in, and it's cool because it's a multi-node and you're using it as needed when you need it. The mega crab folks, how we get at certain mega crabs, we get certain perks or certain boosts for our troops, and all that jazz. We were thinking of bringing something like that to the Warship platform where we have multi-nodes such as tank speed. I mean, guys, tanks don't get a lot of love in Warships. But maybe with a tank speed boost, maybe that'll change, right?
And OP, you completely read my mind. There's so many troops every season that we're constantly just recycling over. And then there's those that we literally just spend keys on and we just never touch. But maybe with these boosts and maybe special defenses to come, we can incorporate that into our gameplay and make it more efficient than the other troops.
Exactly. I mean, got to give some tanks some love. I'm sure they'll say thank you, right, Shishk?
Absolutely, tanks a lot, and that's what you'll see is tanks a lot with something like this. And frankly, I would love to see that because there are just some underused troops, like Amy was saying, that they kind of force us to spend keys on, but none of us, the smart ones, don't ever upgrade them. But now you actually got a reason to upgrade it too, so it really changes the way you approach warships, and we could really invite some really cool metas. And tank speed would be one of those that's really necessary because that's the problem. They move too darn slow because we're always racing. So speed them up.
Speed them up, baby. And if you could even speed them up and throw some speed serum on that bad boy, I mean, shoot. We might have to
watch out.
Hasty stuff. Going off of the tanks, how about a Scorcher life leech? I mean, the Scorchers don't get a lot of love. Let's be honest. They're hot and spicy. They cost you got to take a loan out of GBE to deploy these suckers, but no one uses them. But a Scorcher life leech, I think, would also be beneficial and make a lot of players use those, and we'd see a lot of more of those on the warships. What do you think about Scorcher life leech, Amy, as a multi-node?
And that is the same thing with the tank boost, the Scorcher life leech, and you can mixing that with the statue boost multi-node that you have. It can be very overpowered.
That's exactly what I was thinking, is because one of the virtues of Life Leech is that it really scales well with troop damage, because the more troop damage you have, the more you're leeching. So these two multi-node options can actually interplay and intermingle to your overall strategy. So it will make for a very interesting selection of choices. And Scorcher Life Leech, they need it because one of their best attributes is their health, but come on, they need a way to really survive the long haul of the fight. And by life leeching, they can go a lot further.
Absolutely, and we'd probably see more of them in warships, which would be nice. Let's talk about a Grenadier speed boost. I mean, how many times, you want to use the Grenadiers, but I mean, they're drunk grenadiers. I mean, they got grenades going all over the place, and they're not hitting targets. And I mean, and we're locked into a base race. I mean, they're not going to do much for you. But if we give them a little bit of get a little fuel in their tanks, maybe they'll do a little bit better, right? I mean, I love the tribe regions when we get a 50% or 55% grenadier boost. So I think maybe this would be something useful to grenadier players.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, for example, right now in Warships, we're running into a base race, and obviously no one's going to use Gramps because they're so slow, but with the speed boost, you know, it'll be faster, it'll pack in a punch, you can add in a boat, and it'll be a game changer, and maybe people will start using them more.
Yeah, exactly, because the Grens had their heyday in Season 3. Why? Because the Bombardiers didn't exist. But as soon as the Bombardiers came to Warships, the Grens just got forgotten about, and I think they developed quite a drinking problem as a result. So let's send those guys to AA and speed them up, bring them back on the Warships.
Also, one more we were talking about, Guy, was a potential GBE gain. I know in Mega Crab, guys, where we would get a GBE gain for each defense or tower we took out, but something to that degree, a GBE gain where each building you take down, you'd get a percentage more GBE to the bank.
I think it will be beneficial because if I had that, so the way I would use it is instead of wasting keys on the actual GBE node, now I have this choice node and I can just choose that and save my keys for another node.
Absolutely, and this is also going to be meta dependent. So the idea here is that you're going to be clearing your defenses and gaining a little bit more GBE. They would tune the numbers, so we're not proposing numbers, just ideas, but you would gain more GBE in a full clear hit. However, if you were into a rush meta, it wouldn't be so valuable then, so then you might want to change to something else. But yeah, it would be a great choice to have.
Guys, we're just throwing out multi-node ideas to better warships in a way to where all troops, all kinds of things are opened up to where we see more of a different, diverse kind of meta. And I think this could really prepare the way for that. So next on the order list, guys, of ideas that we have brought, or maybe some new defenses that are in the game but not in warships. Let me explain. For instance, shield generators, guys. I don't know if you look on warships and tap on your ER, there is a spot on the info tab saying shield gens 0. So it's already coded into warships. So why not bring these little bad boys over and you know, shield up our ERs? What for me personally, really quick, what that would be really cool is because you would change from everybody just rushing your ERs to get to that shield gen, because it's going to have a lot of health on it perhaps or something. And then what's nice is you could guard that shield gen. So if they want to get it, they got to meet a lot of defenses. So I think shield gens would be a great addition to warships.
Actually, I think this is a very interesting component to be added to the warships and can change a lot of metas. Actually,
yeah, I mean the style of base layout and everything would completely revolutionize with this. Primarily, we'd be assuming that one shield gen would attach to all active ERs, so that would make this shield gen very important to take out, or you risk spending a lot more time taking out each ER with a shield that's over it. So it absolutely would open up a whole new level of strategy to the game. It's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And since they're already coded there and they're already there, I mean, it's just, copy paste, right? Next, guys, we on our list, our bucket list of ideas for defenses would be Hammerman MMG 9000. Roar. Yeah, guys, if you remember the Hammerman HQs, takedowns on the main island, you probably attacked like 5 years ago. Yeah, bring those bad boys on. You can see I'm putting up screen grabs, guys, of the range of these things. Pretty awesome. And they would hit air because they are machine guns, right? So I would love to see MMG 9000s on warships. What about you, Amy?
The MMG 9000. Now, this can also make gameplay a little bit more difficult, and it'll force players to be more careful with their attacks, because now it'll kind of make bombardiers less OP because the range is larger and the bombardiers can't outrange it. Yeah,
I'll jump in on this. Also, they will have the ability to attack air troops. Now, one thing to point out is that when we encountered these early on in our Boom Beach career, so the numbers might have to change a bit on the damage, all right? But that's for the devs to figure all out. We just want to get this onto the ship. And I think the real key here is it gives us another defense really to work more on the air, but there might be some side benefits to the bombardiers. But remember, this will be on a multi-node with other choices, like including the next one.
Yeah, guys, the next one, which I would love to see. Who does not want the super mortar in warships? I mean, we already love our mortars killing Zookas, you know, stray Zookas, and we love the flank. Mortars can stink, right? But a super mortar, guys, with its great range, you know, I figure, gosh, it's like, why not any super mortars? What do you guys think, Amy? I mean, super mortar, come on, right?
Yeah, so this is another defense that I highly dreaded in Mega Crab because it's so powerful and it really, really makes you think your attack before you play when you see those mortars. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun addition to Warships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and with the super mortar, guys, remember this mortar has a huge hang time, like 5 seconds in the air. So if you're lucky, when it fires off at the heavies or whatever's walking in front of the bombardiers, let's say, by the time the bombardiers get there, it might take out a whole bunch of them, or it might not. But the bottom line is there's a chance that we might kill some, and we need to kill those guys because they're running all over the warships as it is. We need defenses to counter the offense that's already been added to the game. And this is a great one. It's a great choice, especially in a bombardier meta.
Absolutely, and boy, have we seen enough of the Bombardier meta, right? Also, guys, we were thinking of an opportunity. We know in the Mega Crab during Halloween, Dr. T has his scary mortars. Maybe use something like that where we have scary mortars where it hits your troops, if you guys recall, and they get scared and they kind of scatter, and you can't flare them, you can't control them for a short time, and they might run off into a boom cannon and get one shot, you know, something like that. So where we have those around to distract our troops and have them run off and kill themselves, pretty much. So I don't know. What about a scary mortar, something like that to that degree, there, Amy?
Yeah, same exact concept as that monster mortar. Just suddenly throw madness into your warship.
Yeah, madness in warships. I love it.
Yeah, and I mean, specifically where I would see some application of this, it would almost be analogous to another shock launcher effect. Shock launchers are very good for stopping rush attacks, like the dreaded heavy chopper rush. How do we stop those? Shock launchers. Another way would be a scary mortar. Could you imagine that? All the heavies running around. Same thing goes with the Seekers, too. Seekers just scared, run all over the place and get lit up. So I would love to have that option.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really, guys, we're looking to, these ideas we're proposing are, we're hoping the team really considers some of them at least, because we really need to, I love where Warships is at, and I'm sure Amy, Sugar and Shish could agree, but we got to make it a little bit more spicy. All right, guys, there you have it. All the meat and potatoes here, ideas being thrown out all over the place in Warships, and hope that one day that the developers see a positive in these ideas and take action. Make sure you guys do leave a comment down below with your feedback on today's video.
Yeah, and make sure those comments, guys, we want them to be framed a little bit in the context of how this video was organized. What we did was take existing things already in the game on the main island, the archipelago, crab, whatever, and then bring them over to Warships, because we want to make this simple and something they can implement right away. And in the same light, these are also applied to multi-node options. We want to give players more options in multi-nodes where they might have to change them throughout the season.
Right. Absolutely.
So, and no wish listing. Like, don't tell us, oh, we'd like a proto troop that does this, that, and this, that. Save that for another video. We just want to take things that already exist in the game that we could bring over to Warships and you think would have a good time in the game.
Well said, Shish. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out my buddy Shish Kebabber in the description down below, as well as our upcoming superstar, Miss Amy Sugar, also known as Sugar. Check her out, guys. Give her some love and encourage her to post some videos soon. Other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Have yourself a great rest of the day and keep on shipping or you'll sink. What do you think about an all-troop life leech, Amy?
Was that on our notes? Was that on our notes?